Hey, so I have a little poi, did you know? Well, most people know if they do it, but anyway, I have started to get into fire poi finally. I love it. Problems, amateur problems. Of course, I am an amateur at this. I watched all the little videos and I've been very careful, and I've been around fire before. I've actually singed my eyebrows off, so I know how fire works. Anyway, you always want to be careful when lighting your wicks because if you put too much fuel on, you can get problems like this. This is my first burn, and you can see how black it got. Actually, my first burn was just a little lighter than this, and then I burned it 2 or 3 times after that, and I got the formula correct. If you use too much fuel, it can burn too hot and burn the wick. If you use too little fuel and it burns up too quickly, it can burn the wick. You got to get that little nice sweet spot in the middle there. But usually less is more in most values. And also, if you use too much, my dad actually lit it, and we had just a little crappy lighter, so it was actually just, a little. And when he went to light it, he singed off all of his hair on his knuckle. There's a big old black spot there. I'm like, oh man, Dad, what happened? And he's like, oh dang. Huh. But kerosene. By the way, two chemicals that are best to use is kerosene and paraffin. Problems with paraffin. Paraffin is more preferably and well known as tiki torch fuel. Paraffin is very good but very smoky, so whatever clothing you wear, be ready to disrobe and burn or throw away that clothing because the actual chemical will seep into your clothing and is not able to be washed out. Another thing with paraffin, do not use indoor acts with paraffin because it will actually char the ceiling. It won't actually burn the ceiling, but the soot from it will cover the ceiling in a deep black. And unless the ceiling is already black or you're performing at a bar, I prefer, or you would probably prefer, like most people do, that you don't use paraffin. Plus, also, it is very smoky and can get in the eyes. And if you have any kind of asthma, it can actually kill you. So, paraffin, no go. The best fuel I have seen so far is kerosene. A lot of people use different other weird chemicals that you can't get anymore because it had an explosive content, and some dumb dude used it in a bomb and ruined it for the rest of us. Now we can't use it in our fire acts. But then again, if you go into a store and say, "Oh, I'm just going to light this stuff on fire," I don't think people sell you most chemicals. So, word to the wise, if you're going to be using this for poi reasons, don't go up and say you are. Most people will arrest you. Luckily, I haven't had that problem, but I've heard it happen to a few people. So, the one I've looked for now, also here's word to the wise as well. Coleman fuel is usually a no-go. Luckily, if you go to the Walmart, currently right now, as of the date on this video, you'll see the kerosene or the parasite. Oh, good gosh, kerosene is what is used in the Coleman fuel now. Previously, the chemical in which was used in kerosene, or actually, Coleman's fuel was called Coleman's fuel, and it was a different kind of fuel and had a different kind of flash point. Higher flash point is what you want. A lower flash point you do not want. And I'm not going to go into that right now because I can't remember exactly what that means. But most of you guys who, science geeks and people who know a lot about powder, I used to know a lot. I forgot. I haven't burned stuff in a while. I need to. Well, blow up stuff more than burn stuff. That's a different topic, and that's a safe topic too. As much as a lot of people say, "Oh, don't say anything about blowing anything up," it's like I light firecrackers on fire. I, will take a firecracker, crack it open, and I will take out the gunpowder, and I'll make a bunch of them and make what's called Mexican fireworks. Non-derogatory. Mexican firework is where you fold a little football, and then you fill it full of black flash powder, and then you put in a fuse, and you leave just a tiny little hole on two ends of it, and the third end you have the fuse up. When it goes off, it will quickly ignite the gunpowder in there, and it'll quickly disperse out those three holes. But how you do this is you fold a little football, a little triangle, and then you duct tape it everywhere except for the little ends of it, and you leave just a little hole. And you got to come into also think about it of how small this hole has to be to where it's just barely a crack, so that when it tries to go out quickly, it will spin, and it just creates a little spinner. If you want a little explosive, just close the ends off, and then it just goes. So, um, fun with fireworks. Come on, man. Seriously, I'm not telling you how to make a bomb here. I'm just telling you how to cut open that firework, put that firework to that firework, but which we already always do. So really, there's nothing against this, and I can't get sued for it. So, I can tell everyone I want, man. Anyway, so that's my little did you know about poi and about fire safety, man. You gotta be safe with that stuff. I mean, look at me. I got a lot of hair. In fact, actually, it's a little thin, but it's really long if you look at it. So it's all across here. And I always make sure to be especially careful because if this stuff starts burning, I have third-degree burns in under, what is it, 10 seconds. So under 10 seconds, I can have third-degree burns all across my neck. And usually a third-degree burn can go past the skin quite quickly and could kill me. So believe me, I'm safe. And believe me, you need to be too. Even if you haven't hit puberty yet and don't have any facial hair. Anyway, so that's the last of my little video. And this is just a fun little Did You Know About Poi.